Let's not waste time. You're weird. But it attempts not your fault. It's your brain. A 3-pound anxiety machine running software from the Paleolithic era. You're basically a caveman in skinny jeans trying to file taxes while having an existential crisis in 4K. Let's begin. Number 8. The sudden urge to rage clean at 2 a.m. You're lying in bed. Peaceful. Then your brain goes, what if the world ends tomorrow and your closet is still a mess? Suddenly you're reorganizing socks like your life depends on it. This isn't you being productive. It's your ancient survival instincts panicking about territory. See, back in the day, mess wasn't just mess. Mess was danger. Unwashed animal bones meant predators. Cluttered caves meant you tripped and died. Clean cave equals safe cave. Organized territory equals you're the alpha. Your brain still thinks dust bunnies are wolves. So now, when your life feels out of control, job sucks, and you listen because your caveman software runs the show. Number 7. The deep need to win every argument, even if it destroys you emotionally. You're in the middle of a pointless fight. Could be about politics, could be about which way the toilet paper rolls. Doesn't matter. You know you're wrong. They know you're wrong. God knows you're wrong. But your brain says, double down. We fight to the death. Why? Because back in cave days, being right wasn't about ego. It was about survival. If you said, hey gang, that berry looks poisonous, and they ignored you, congrats, the tribe just shut themselves into extinction. Being right meant living. Being wrong meant everyone dies and you get zero credit in the afterlife. Now it just means you alienate your friends over a YouTube comment thread. But your brain doesn't care. It still thinks if you lose an argument, the village gets wiped out. So you ruin relationships trying to win debates no one asked for, fueled by a neurochemical cocktail of cortisol and spite. Number 6. Your obsession with productivity. While accomplishing absolutely nothing. You open 17 tabs. You make a color-coded to-do list. You highlight it. Then rewrite it in cursive. Then research optimal productivity methods for 3 hours on Reddit. But do you actually do anything? Number. Because your brain is pretending to work, so it doesn't have to work. This is what we call pseudo-effort, EUS. A caveman survival trick disguised as modern procrastination. In the tribe, you couldn't just sprint around randomly. That wasted energy. You had to look busy, cleaning tools, sharpening sticks, looking at clouds meaningfully. You showed effort to avoid getting assigned the real work, like hunting, or digging, or dying. Fast forward to today. You're still playing pretend. Doing busy, like it's a Broadway role, hoping no one notices you haven't emailed Karen back in 4 days. Your brain doesn't want to achieve. It wants to appear useful so it doesn't get left behind in the cave. And unfortunately, LinkedIn exists now. So the acting never stops. Number 5. Your irrational love for terrible people who don't deserve your time. We all have them. That one friend who tem's toxic. That ex you know is emotional poison in human form. But you still answer their texts like they're holding your dog hostage. Why? Because your prehistoric brain fears exile more than emotional damage. In a tribe, being liked meant survival. You needed allies, even terrible ones, to share food, guard the fire, and remind you which mushrooms don to kill you. Cutting someone off wasn't just messy, it was suicide. So now, when someone treats you like garbage, your brain doesn't say, ditch them. It says, let's try harder. Maybe bake them cookies, maybe offer a kidney. Because rejection still feels like a death sentence, even when the person ghosting you is a walking red flag with a podcast. Number 4. The panic that hits. When your phone battery drops below 20%. Your phone hits 19% and suddenly it's DEFCON 1. You're sweating. You're praying. You're closing apps like that's going to help. This is not normal behavior. You, team, are not dying. But your ancient brain thinks you're about to lose your only tool for survival. Your phone is your social circle, your map, your watchtower, your entertainment, your fake confidence generator. Losing it feels like being blindfolded in the jungle with a kazoo for protection. Back then, losing your tools meant you starved. Now, losing your tools just means you have to sit with your thoughts, which is apparently worse. Your brain doesn't understand technology. It just knows you're holding a glowing rectangle full of power, and if it dies, you might die. Number 3. The instant crush. You get on literally anyone who pays attention to you. You get a compliment from a stranger. Your brain. Marry them. Build a life. Name the kids. You make eye contact with a barista, and now Tim are wondering if your soulmates just served you a cold brew. Again, not your fault. Caveman brain just hijacked your romantic settings. Back in the day, chances for mating were low. The tribe was 30 people max. Half were related. Some were elders. Some had teeth like busted piano keys. That left like 3 options, and one of them probably tried to fight a bear once. So when someone showed interest, even slightly, your brain threw a party. It pumped out oxytocin like a broken vending machine and whispered, "This is the one. This is how we avoid genetic extinction." Now you get heart flutters when someone likes your story on Instagram. You fall for the cashier who said, "Have a nice day," like it meant forever. And your brain still thinks every polite interaction is the start of an ancient mating ritual. Number 2. The existential dread that hits you at random for no reason. You're enjoying lunch? Then boom. Your brain whispers, "Hey, you're gonna die one day." Suddenly your sandwich tastes like sadness. This is your brain trying to be helpful. See, early humans were surrounded by constant reminders of death. Predators, disease, natural disasters, falling rocks, mysterious holes, you name it. So their brains evolved to occasionally drop a reminder. Everything ends. Stay sharp. This was meant to motivate. It's like your brain handing you an emotional Red Bull. But in modern life, you're not fighting wolves. You're watching Netflix in a robe. So that existential alarm just hits different now. There, TM's no bear to outrun, just bills and birthday parties you don't want to go to. Your ancient death alert system is still screaming, but there attempts no action to take except maybe doomscroll Twitter until the feeling passes. Number 1. The unstoppable impulse to check if you locked the door 4 times in a row. You lock it, you walk away, you pause. Did I actually lock it? I'm back. Check it. Walk away. Repeat until your neighbors think you're running a security drill. That's not anxiety, that's primitive paranoia. Back then, one mistake could kill the whole tribe. You forget to cover the cave entrance. Wolves come in. Everyone dies. You leave the fire unattended? Congrats. You just burned down survival. Now, your front door and the microwave are your only real security zones. Your brain's just trying to save the tribe. Even if the biggest threat in your neighborhood is Brenda from HOA with her weird lawn decorations, you're one unlocked door away from prehistoric extinction. And that, folks, is why your entire life is basically ancient brain code running on modern hardware. Think Windows 95 on a Tesla. Your instincts are from a time when survival meant outrunning tigers, avoiding poison berries, and not getting kicked out of the tribe. But now they kick in because someone ghosted you, your Netflix buffers, or your phone hits 10%. Let's recap the top 10 glorious ways your brain is stuck in a caveman run loop. Urgent midnight organizing. Clean baseboards or die. Pride-laced arguments to the grave. Lose the point, lose the tribe. Busy work masquerading as productivity. Pretend to work and avoid the cave chores. Clinging to toxic people. Better awful tribe than no tribe. Phone battery panic. Ow, modern saber-tooth right there. Hard eyes for any smile at your face. Reproduction scarcity equals every attention matters. Random existential dread. Bear threats or email notifications, same paranoia. Compulsive lock-checking, one unlocked door, tribal apocalypse. It might sound like a never-ending dumpster fire, but here's the comforting truth. Most of this is just your brain doing its prehistoric job too well. All those irrational buttons, our fear of missing out, herd behavior, obsessive checking, avoidance of risk, or old code trying to protect your digital cave. The good news? Once you spot it, you can hack it. Realize that shouting internally about your phone at 19% battery isn't a personal failure. It's dopamine withdrawal from losing your shiny screen friend. Know that spiraling about a rude comment is just your brain rerunning Alert the Tribe on autopilot. So next time you catch yourself locking the door again, or rage cleaning your apartment at 3 a.m., or doom scrolling because your ego needs rescue, just pause. Take a breath. Say, thanks, caveman brain. You had a good run, but I got this now. And hey, if it gets too loud, laugh at it. Because the fact that our modern lives are still puppeteered by Ice Age instincts? That's comedy gold right there. That attempts everything for today. If you enjoyed this wild ride through your own mutant code, hit subscribe and toss a like on the way out. I'll be back with more dark-humored journeys into your day-to-day nonsense. Until then, remember, the apocalypse probably isn't here yet, so maybe don't color code your Tupperware, unless that's your thing. Chill, dude. Dark mode on.